Before we begin, let me introduce Dr. Mohammad. Dr. Mohammad Ansari teaches English at English language skills at English Language Institute. He has impressive experience of 17 years of teaching English. Um, his Cambridge certified trainer, presenter, and content creator, and gained his PhD in India in 2008. Sorry. Yes, and his research interest revolve around leadership in education, methods in ELT, and teaching EFL students with technology and collaborative learning. Thank you, Dr. Mohammad, for being with us and for putting together this session. I'll leave you everyone the floor. I'll leave you with Dr. Mohammad. The floor is yours, Dr. Mohammad.
Thank you very much for your beautiful introduction. And I'm absolutely delighted to be presenting this webinar or workshop on Mastery of Academic Writing for Undergraduates. Hope you all can hear me. Yeah. So let me walk you through different stages of rather objective of this workshop. So the first thing is to familiarize learners with key features of academic writing, then to understand the importance of thesis statement and how to construct them, and finally some tips and pieces of advice how to structure a coherent argument through hands-on activities. And here is an outline of this workshop. Understanding academic writing, crafting clear thesis statement, unity and coherence, peer review and feedback, and finally questions and answer session. So I'm sorry I won't be able to interact with you because I don't have this window of chat box on the right hand side. So you can be patient, you can have questions with you, and I'll take all your questions at the end. In case if something is very urgent, you need to really ask, so you can use your mic and ask me. So first of all, what do you find most challenging about academic writing? Why do you think it's difficult, if you think so?
Someone said how to begin.
Okay, how to begin. Okay, thank you for your support. Yeah, I would be happy to.
Yeah, and someone said how well, we have to be clear and specific, and well, obviously these are two challenges this participant find.
Okay,
structure, someone said structure.
Okay.
Grammar.
So how to begin, a structure,
and thesis statement.
Okay.
Clarity. Being specific. Yeah, being precise, like attaining that level. Vocabulary.
Okay. Maybe coherence.
Someone said vocabulary.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Yes. These are the things that students usually grapple with. These are the things that students find really, really problematic. Okay. And this presentation will fix all these problems. You will exactly know how you can fix these problems. So you are the right platform. So as you have rightly said in your chat box, which unfortunately I can't see, but I'm getting the updates there about your responses. So here are the challenges of academic writing: complexity of language, logical structure and organization, critical thinking, objectivity and impersonal tone, time and practice, genre-specific style. So when we say complexity of language, that means you have to use, a variety of a structure. You have to use a variety of sentences. And if you lack there, you cannot produce, yeah, a very good piece of writing. You need to have a variety of sentences and structures. And again, students have problem how to write, logical structure, how to organize ideas, like which ideas will go first and second and third. Also, there's not enough critical thinking into, you know, uh, ideas that are incorporated while writing. Objectivity, yeah. Uh, Students tend to use, conversational language or maybe personal tone. Time and practice, yeah, it requires a lot of practice. Even if your English is good and your vocabulary is excellent, your grammar is wonderful, but if you don't practice writing, you find it difficult. And then you need to be familiar with different types of writing, different types of style, different types of genres, like how to write, you know, uh, blog, how to write an application, how to write a letter to father, how to write a letter to a principal or manager in an office. So you need to follow different styles of writing, how to write an essay. And to fix the problems that students usually grapple with, okay, these are the solution to the problems. Like, you need to plan. I have observed in my class itself, I've been teaching English for 18 years. Most of the students do not plan well. And it reminds me of a very famous saying: if you have failed to plan, you have actually planned to fail. It means you need to plan. If you're not planning well, you can't do well. And most of the students do not plan. And about 5 or 10% of students who plan, they really score 100%. They really score well. So planning is very important. Now, how do we plan? Like, you should exactly know in the introductory paragraph, what are the things you are going to say? What would be your, background statement, general statement? Then how would you introduce the topic? Then how would you end it with your thesis statement? And then how many body paragraphs are there? In the first body paragraph, which uh, main idea will be discussed, and then how supporting sentences will be related to the main idea. You don't have to write simple, complete sentences. You can just write keywords, because the students do not want to spend so much time because they think it's a waste of time. But actually, if you spend 5 minutes at the beginning, you actually end up saving 20 minutes at the end. And then, of course, reading. If you read intensively and extensively, you have a lot of information in your head. So you can pick and choose. So reading helps in writing. Again, it reminds me of a wonderful quotation. Uh, the more you read, the better you write. The more you listen, the better you speak. So students struggle to write because they don't read much. They need to read a lot. Okay, and then after planning, yeah, you can use some tools for writing, like, if you are not good with grammar, if you're not good at grammar, you can use Grammarly. There is a wonderful application. If you have a problem with collocation, you can use one website which gives you collocation. And then you can use chat GPT to produce thesis statement or so. You can try yourself first, but then you can ask chat GPT to give thesis statement, and then you can match how good your thesis statement is. And then finally, practice. Okay, you need to practice, maybe uh, taking a lot of time, and then you have to practice at the end, under exam condition, so that you will not have any problem of time management. And then once you write, you have to check it yourself, like whether I have started every sentence with a capital letter, uh, have I used a full stop after the end of sentences, and so on. Or you can ask your friend or classmates to take a look at your writing and give you feedback. Or you can ask your teacher to take a look and give you feedback so that you can improve it further. Now, let's take a look at the key features of academic writing. Like, when we say academic writing, what does it have? What are the things that make it look so academic? Any idea? When we say academic writing, what are the features? What are the salient features of academic writing? What are the qualities? What are the features of it?
So I'm going to read students' responses. Um, well, they mentioned formality, language, formal tone, uh, like being informative, objectivity, using certain structures, complexity, clarity as well surface
Okay.
again.
That, yeah, exactly. Formality,
Coherence and
objectivity,
cohesion.
excellent, lovely, wonderful responses. Now, so here are some of the features of academic writing. Yeah, it should it should be formal. It should be logical. It should have a logical structure. It should be precise. Yeah, it should be objective, and finally, it must be impersonal. Now, let's understand each feature, yeah, quickly. So, when we say formality, it means your writing should not have contractions. Your writing should not have conversational tone. Your writing should not contain any slang, or maybe, uh, phrases that are not formal in nature. And logical structure, it must follow some kind of logical progression. Otherwise, it will disturb unity, and there will be serious problem of coherence. For example, let me say uh, let me explain rather. Like, if you write your main idea and then you make a point. Okay, when you make a point, first you need to explain your point in 2 to 3 sentences. Then you need to give examples. If you give example first, explanation later, it reverses the order, which might create a problem, which may impede in understanding what you're trying to say. So it must follow logical structure. Also, it's connected with the format of essay. Like, if you're writing an essay, you must have an introductory paragraph, then body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and then uh, concluding paragraph if you're producing a 4-paragraph essay. Precision, yeah, it means you need to be precise with your language. You don't have to use a lot of words. In fact, you have to use less words and more ideas. So you need to be compact. You need to be very precise without being verbose. You don't have to use a lot of unnecessary words. And you need to use words that actually express what you're trying to say. And it should be objective, not subjective. You don't have to give your opinion all the time. Yeah, you can just say what people think, what experts say, and so on. And then impersonal tone, again, you don't have to use personal tone. It has to be very, like, the research says, or the statistics reveal that. You have to use this kind of language. So there are differences between academic and non-academic text. Any idea here? How do we differentiate between academic and non-academic text? We have already discussed some of the ideas related to them.
Well, someone said, well, maybe you want to comment on that, Dr. Mohammed. Someone said non-academic writing can be descriptive.
Okay.
And
thank you all for your input. Now let's have a look at it. So I give you maybe 2 minutes to go through this text. This is an academic text. Can you just go through it quickly? Sorry, you have 2 minutes. Yeah. So have a look at the structure, look at the core vocabulary, and look at the format, and look at how referencing is done. Then it will give you a fair idea of an academic text. I want everyone to look through these paragraphs. Okay. Now, can I have your input? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll read that for you. So a lot of them mentioned referencing. A lot mentioned being precise and structured. Someone mentioned complexity of the sentences,
Okay.
and use of evidence.
Okay.
Vocabulary choice.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah. See, if you take a look at it, yeah, language is formal. It uses complexity of language. Yeah, and it follows logical order. It uses transition signals. So, and if you look at the referencing, it's really it sticks to standard format, right? So, yeah. Now let's have a look at non-academic writing. Again, uh, uh, please read in 2 minutes. It's about the same idea, same theme, but you can see the difference in terms of language, style, formality, objectivity, impersonal tone, and so on. Okay. Can I have the comments that
Yes.
are
So,
there?
yeah, well, some of the responses here mentioned how the style is personal and it's more like story-like,
Yeah.
um, and the purpose of the text here, rather to inform, is more like to entertain and
Yeah.
share. Language being simplified, um, vocabulary again simpler than probably in the ones
Thank you
selected.
for your comments and you know uh, yeah, what you have observed. Excellent. Yeah. So you see, language is informal. In fact, it's a and then the tone is conversational. Have you ever wondered how we learn to speak? It's very conversational language. Vocabulary is also non-academic, like kid and yeah, things like that. And then if you look at referencing, yeah, BFS Skinner's ideas on language come from his book. So only name of the author and the it doesn't stick to any standardized style. Yeah, so you can see language is informal, it's conversational tone. Yeah, you don't find many complex or complex compound sentences and so on. Okay,
Okay,
so it lacks in a wide range of vocabulary. It also lacks in wide range of uh, structure and sentences.
and we have a question
So,
here,
yeah, go
if you
ahead.
don't mind, Dr. Muhammad. So
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
asked,
please.
Khalid Zahrani asked, can you please tell us or walk us through what is wrong with the text? Or I can put it in another way. Can you tell us how we can turn this text into academic text?
Sorry, could you repeat?
So what can we change in this text to make it more academic?
Yeah, first of all, you have to make your tone very formal. Like we don't say, "Have you ever wondered how we learn to speak?" Yeah. For example, if you go back, let me go back to the slide. You see, this literature examines the key theories of language acquisition. This is you need to have a structure like this, language like this. You start like this. So the one which is here, have you ever wondered how we learn to speak? It's very conversational. We use this kind of language while having conversation with people. And there is a clear uh, uh, distinction between discourse of speaking and discourse of writing. So you need to stick to different types of language. And then you can see here the words like well, uh, one theory, kids. These are very informal. Yeah. And if you go back, let me. Yeah, you see now here you see vocabulary like in the first sentence examines, then propose, emphasize. These are academic verbs that you need to use, and also referencing. Now, moving on to the next point, why is it important to write a clear thesis statement? Now, any idea why do we need a thesis statement? Why is it important? Yes? Any idea about a thesis statement?
So I'm going to read some of the responses. Um, here, some participant, well, Ru'a said it makes the reader want to read more. Someone said it gives your essay a clear structure, good for organizing ideas, to hook the readers in, to make it clear what the topic, well, just to communicate to the reader what the topic is about.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So there are three important things about a thesis statement which we should keep in mind while constructing it, while writing it. First of all, it should be the last sentence in the introductory paragraph. It should be the last sentence. Second, it must contain the subtopics that are going to be explained in body paragraph 1, 2. And second, why do we need it? Because it signals the reader what he's going to read in the body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. Also, you need to follow the order of the subtopics. If you subtopic 1 first, you must discuss it in the body paragraph 1. If you reverse the order, the whole structure is messed up. Okay, so I have designed a task. Yeah, so that will give you a clear picture of how to write a thesis statement and how to look at different parts of the thesis statement. So here is the task for you. Now, there are three thesis statements. There are three thesis statements here. One, capital punishment, then student has to consider a healthy lifestyle. Now, first of all, you need to find what are the topics, then what are the subtopics here, and next the words that introduce the subtopic. So there are three tasks: identify topics, identify subtopics, and then find the words that introduce actually the subtopics. Hope it's clear, right? Identify topic, subtopics, and the words that introduce subtopics. They are all good, thesis statements. Okay. So what are the topics? Can you tell me the topics first?
Okay, I'm going to read some of the responses. Someone suggested topic number 1 for first sentence is capital punishment.
Capital
For
punishment.
for sentence 2, topic is choosing a major. And for
Mhm.
the third topic is healthy lifestyle.
Healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
Okay. And what are the subtopics? Great.
Subtopic.
I think so.
Uh, Someone here mentioned personal. Well, for choosing a major, subtopics are personal interests, job opportunities, and the availability of training.
Wow, wow. Excellent, excellent. Bang on. Lovely. Able to find out. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Now let's take a look. Now, so in red you have topics. In green you have subtopics. And in blue you have words that introduce the subtopics. Maybe you can take a picture of this slide so that you reflect on it again and again, so that you exactly know how three things all combined together: topics, subtopics, and the words that introduce the subtopics. So these are the last sentences of the introductory paragraphs. That is, they are all thesis statements. Hello, is there any question if something is not clear?
All good, all clear.
All right, thank you. Uh, let's move on to the next one. Yeah. Now, unity and coherence. Now, what comes to your mind when you think of unity and coherence? Yeah. What is unity and what is coherence? Yeah. Any ideas there?
Uh, some participants are suggesting connection between paragraphs um, and relevance between ideas, logical order, flow of ideas,
Okay.
and keeping on the same topic.
Okay. Thanks for uh, the responses. Yeah. So when we say unity, that means not a single sentence should be off topic. That means everything you say must be related to the main idea. That's about unity. When you write anything which is unrelated, it disturbs the unity of the paragraph. It should not be there. And coherence means if you write something which is easy to understand. Like if your teacher reads a sentence and says, I don't understand what you're saying, that means there is a serious problem of coherence. So if something is easy to understand, if your writing is easy to understand, that means it has coherence. And how do we achieve coherence? There are, a few things that we need to keep in mind to maintain coherence. Number one, you have to use the nouns. You have to repeat the nouns. For example, if your topic is about, if your paragraph is about healthy lifestyle, you must repeat healthy lifestyle at least 2-3 times in your paragraph. So you must repeat the topic. You must repeat the key nouns. Second, you must be consistent with the pronoun. Like if you use healthy lifestyle, then you have to use it. If you say you or they or it, then there is some kind of problem with the consistent pronouns. And third, you have to use transition signals. If you're moving from one idea to another, you have to use signals that help you transition from one idea to another. And second, you have to write everything in logical order. So if you do this, your coherence will be great. And most of the advanced learners, I had to look at, IELTS as well. Most of the students have problem with coherence because it's something, not easy. But if you stick to uh, four elements that I have just discussed, you'll be able to produce a paragraph with a good coherence. And another way to achieve is to stick to peel method, as you can see on the screen, organization peel. So the first P means when you are making a point. When you make your point, you need to stick to this method. Now, let me help you understand what peel is all about. The P is, when you make a point. But you think, okay, I made a point and everything is clear. No, it's not so easy. You need to explain your points in 2 to 3 sentences by giving situation or something. And then first E is about explain. And the second E is about give example. Maybe it's clear 90%, but to make it 100%, you need to give examples. You need to do it in body paragraph. So when you write your main idea and then you make a point and then you must explain it and then give example, and L is link back to the main idea. So you must write every sentence which is related to the main idea. Otherwise, again, it would be off topic, which will create problem for unity. And then, of course, you need to maintain logical progression. If you have to write about someone's biography, you have to discuss birth first, and then primary school, then secondary school, then college, then university, then work, then he got married, and family life, and so on. So it should be in order. Like when you are making kapsa, right? You need to write what you do first. Like you collect materials, ingredients like rice and chicken and spices, tomatoes, and so on. Then you need to cut them together, yeah, and then you need to turn on the oven and put oil to heat it, and then so you need to follow order. If you don't follow the order, your kapsa can't be delicious. So you need to follow the same strategy while writing. Okay. Now here you have a task about unity and coherence. So here there are 2 paragraphs and 2 off-topic sentences. So look at the slide and find 2 off-topic sentences, and where will you separate the second paragraph? Where does the second paragraph begin? So the first thing is about unity and the second thing is about coherence. So give me a sentence that is not related to paragraph 1 and give me a sentence which is not related to paragraph 2. And uh, where does the second paragraph begin? Now, I have taken this extract from uh, academic writing series that I teach to my healthcare students. Any idea?
Well, we've got some responses, but we've got some students who are a bit lost about what to do.
Okay. So let's have a look at the next slide. Yeah, as you can see here. So it's about coherence. Okay, the 2 different paragraphs. So one paragraph is about politeness, and the second paragraph is about uh, Americans are usually very direct in social matters. So paragraph 1, paragraph 2 here. Okay. So the second paragraph begins from although onwards. Now let's slide for unity. You see. So I have you know cross out. I've crossed out off-topic sentences in blue. As you see, meals in the see, this is about politeness, and the last sentence is about meals in United States. So it's not related to the main idea. So it's off-topic. This this sentence should not be there. It doesn't deserve to be there. Look at the second paragraph. Again, it's all about the conduct of Americans, yeah. And here it's all of a sudden about language. Idioms are often difficult. So this paragraph, the main idea of this paragraph is not about language. So idioms, to talk about idioms here is irrelevant, is off topic. It should not be there. So if you write sentences like this, which are not related to the main topic, it disturbs the unity. You should not do that. Maybe you can take a picture and reflect on it later. That will give you, a fair idea of how to avoid and what not to write. Okay. Now, so after you write, it's very important to revise. I've observed in my own class, like students who revise, who spend 5 minutes revising, right? They're able to fix, maybe 5, 6 mistakes themselves. So I think it's very important to revise before you submit your paper to your teacher, like self-review. So you can self-check. You can check yourself. Like, have I started every sentence with a full stop? Have I ended every sentence with a full stop? Have I used, linkers? Have I done well with subject-verb agreements or verb tense and so on? Or you can ask your friend to take a look at. Sorry. Yeah. So you can ask your friend to take a look at your writing and give you feedback, what you should improve. Or, as a teacher, if we find common mistakes in several papers of our students, we can hold discussion. We can write some examples on the board and draw their attention why these sentences are mistake and how to fix those problems related to maybe subject verb or verb tense. I do this in my class. I find out common mistakes. I find out common mistakes in papers. Then I put them on the board and I ask them, what's the mistake here? If they're able to give, fine. Otherwise, I explain why is it a problem and how to avoid it next time. And here is the checklist. Yeah, if this checklist is used, it helps you a lot. Like I've taken it from academic writing series that I teach, book 4. Like, what kind of introduction does this essay have? Does it begin in a funnel manner or dramatic style or so on? What is the thesis statement? Where is the thesis statement placed? Does the introduction capture your interest? How many paragraphs are there in the body? Yeah. What kind of supporting details does the writer use? Is the unity okay? Is there any sentence which is off topic? Yeah. So if this kind of checklist is used, it will help students in a big way because they have something to look their writing against. Something that is checklist, and then they can focus on those areas. So let me summarize. The key takeaways of this presentation are as follows. First, the academic, like features of academic writing. What are the features of academic writing? Second, importance of thesis statement and how to produce an effective thesis statement, and then how to structure thought in a very logical and coherent manner. If you have any questions, go ahead. If you have any question, please use your mic and I'm here to answer your query.
Yes, please. That would be a good idea. If you'd like to use the mic and contribute to the discussion, please raise your hand, and then probably we can give you a minute or two to share your thoughts. Okay, we've got a question here. Albara asked, why do you use the phrase unity?
Yeah. What do I mean by unity?
Probably so. I'm not really. Yes. What do you mean by unity?
Yeah. Unity means you don't have to write any off-topic sentence. You make sure that your sentence is related to the main idea, to the topic. That's about unity. Like the topic is about healthy lifestyle, and you talk about junk food, or you talk about entertainment. That's not allowed. That's irrelevant idea that you are trying to put in there. Okay. Any other question?
Yes, we've got another question. Wish to ask, can you explain the circle words on why they need to be structured?
Again, sorry?
I'm not sure what she means by circle words. Oh, the words that introduces.
Linkers?
No, linkers. Yeah, the words that introduce subtopics.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, like before you say the subtopic, you must use a word that introduces the subtopic. For example, if you make your first point, what do you write? Which linker do you use? First. So first and comma, it means the reader knows that, okay, you're going to make your first point. When you say second, the reader knows that, okay, now you are making your second point. When you say finally, the reader knows that, okay, you are making your last point. So you have to do this, you have to use a word that introduces the subtopic in the thesis statement as well. That's important.
A third question here by Mohammad. He's asking if you can share or suggest some websites that can help with academic writing. For instance, like, yeah.
Okay. It's not ready here with me, but I can share with you, and then you can. I'll share some of the websites, of the tools and resources that the student can use to improve their academic writing through Writing Center. Okay. So you can ask your students to get in touch with you, and then you'll be able to provide them. I'll share them with you.
Okay. And Razan here is asking how to make sure that the text I'm writing is a correct academic text.
Yeah, like you have to use the language or the formality as you see in the text. The best place to look at your, you can look at your reading passages that you read. Yeah, that's the best example of academic writing. You see how they begin, how they use linker, how they use main idea, how supporting sentences are related to it. Or if you find, the best student in your class who often gets good marks, you can take a look at his paper. So again, that is also a good source to learn how to improve your academic writing.
So yeah, and I think it's a process. You never get the text right from the first time. You always
Yeah, exactly.
revise it
Yeah.
once, twice, three times, and
You need to practice, and then you need to get feedback, and then you can improve it.
yes, getting feedback, talking to other people, to your fellow students, fellow friends. They would give you. I mean, they would always give you new perspective, probably that were absent from your own first reading. Getting feedback from teachers always helps. Here's another question. Ibrahim asked, "In can I could the topic sentence be a question?"
Topic sentence. No. You can use your introduction with a question when you are trying to add surprise element. And we call it a hook. A hook is used to grab the attention of the audience, like when you're trying to share some statistical facts or maybe idea that will surprise the reader, just to grab their attention. We call it a hook. Yeah, you can use it in the question form. But then you introduce the topic and then thesis statement. So in the introductory paragraph, you need to follow this pattern. So first you give background information, or maybe you can use a hook, like you can use fact, like according to uh, research which appeared in this magazine, about 5 billion people use social media website. So it would be a good hook because you are giving a surprising fact that reader will be interested to know. And then you can introduce the topic related to social media if you have to write an essay on social media, and then you can write a thesis statement. So background statement or a hook, then introduce the topic, and then thesis statement. So it goes in this, everything goes in this order in terms of your introductory paragraph.
Okay, and the final question: any books or references that you can probably suggest for students to improve their own academic writing?
Any resources?
Yeah, someone is asking for suggestions of books that can, can possibly help with improving academic writing.
Uh, Look, there are many resources that are free. You don't have to buy books now. There is a plethora of material on the internet. There is a Purdue University. It's all about academic writing. They share a lot of stuff. For example, one can use maybe Cambridge Dictionary for collocation. It's free. It's online. Then, of course, students can use Chat GPT. They are a good source. Like you can write a sentence, and you share it on Chat GPT and say, "Is the sentence does my paragraph have coherence and unity?" It helps a lot. Uh, uh, I'm using a writing book here at the ELI. It's Academic Writing Series by Pearson. If students really want to improve their writing, they must go through all these book level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 books by Pearson, and it's all about academic writing. So if somebody is really serious in improving their writing skills, I would highly recommend to get hold of these books and go through each lesson. And it has got very practical and hands-on activities as well.
Yes, and maybe I can use this opportunity to advertise our references, in our writing center. I would highly recommend students to pay us a visit at the
Yeah,
writing center, and we do have references and books there, and there will always be someone there that can help you, and
yeah,
you can borrow references. You don't have to buy them. You can
exactly.
use
I
them as a reference.
I urge and exhort all students who are attending this workshop to go to Writing Center, because you have got writing specialists there who can help you with books, with ideas, they can guide you, they can give you feedback how to improve your writing. Exactly.
Yes, Academic Writing Center. We do have a branch at the men's campus and at the women's campus. If you're not sure where that is, drop us an email and we would will help. We'll send you the location. We'll help you to reach the correct uh, reach it. Yes, from wherever you are. So yes, I think we have reached the end.
Is there any question?
Uh, you're getting lots of thank yous.
Okay, thank you for your patient hearing and time. I hope you found this workshop useful.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, I mean, we've got full attendance today, and you can tell that um, that was like one popular session on our list on our program. So thank you so very much, Dr. Mohammad, for your time and effort. Thank you, everyone, for your attendance and participation, and hope to see you next time. We do have a session, a workshop every week, at
Uh,
least one workshop.
here are the references. Maybe you can uh,
Good.
take a picture. Some references given. They are good books related to writing.
Yeah, for those who ask for references. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. And please fill out the feedback form. We do listen to your feedback. So write to us if you liked this session. If you want to recommend further topics, write to us. We always do read those forms and respond to them. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And we'll talk to you. We'll talk, inshallah, soon in our next session.